and we're going to talk about, obviously, the Yankees could be out if they lose and whatever, and be 4-game sweep, be hard for fans to stomach. But I was thinking to myself, would you rather your team get to the championship and lose, or not if you know they're not going to win? Like the pain of it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's more than just baseball. We can talk about LeBron. LeBron's been 10 times, but he's lost 6 times. Who else am I thinking of? Jerry West with the Lakers.
Jerry
went 1-8. He went 9 times. Like, would you rather go twice? The Buffalo Bills went to 4 straight. Not 0-4. 4 straight Super Bowls.
Now that's do
you see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like that to me is like painful to go to. My team goes to 4 Super Bowls and loses all 4. I'd rather go to 1, win that 1, than to go to all 4 because of the heartache and the pain that goes with it.
Well, I mean, if you're okay, the Buffalo Bills are a whole, and we can spend an hour on the Buffalo Bills because there's no way you think you'd lose 4 in a row. Like it's almost an impossibility.
And remember how they lost the first one.
Was wide,
Scott
right?
Norwood missed the kick.
Yeah.
That would have what would have happened had he made the first year?
Changes everything.
It might change everything. They might have won 3 or 4 in a row. Am I right?
No, it changes. And as much as I give you crap about the Lote, if they don't get the tuck rule,
you don't know what happens
maybe because
there.
All right, Tom, you were good. We're going back to Drew Bledsoe. It's just you never know. So absolutely, there are things that change the course of history in sports and in life in general. But if I'm taking out the Buffalo Bills of 4 straight, because that's just too much pain, right? If it's just hey, my team went one year, we went to the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, the World Series, and we didn't lose, and I was sick. We were there, but we didn't lose. I want that. Then we just never can make it to the World Series, whatever the championship of said sport. I'd rather at least get there. You know what I mean? I know it's going to sting and it's going to hurt, but at least we got there. We fought. We put up a good fight. Like as a Pistons fan, they won in 2004. They beat the Lakers. Then they went back the next year, and they lost in 7 to the Spurs. As much as it hurt, I'd rather them be there because it helps tell the story. A great example, that singularly might be the one last thing that Chauncey Billups needed to get in the Hall of Fame. You get what I mean? Because now he can say 2-time finals appearance. Well, obviously winning 1, but I mean that extra finals appearance, that extra Super Bowl appearance, that extra World Series appearance. It does help when we're talking about your legacy. We're talking about that little extra thing that can get you in the Hall of Fame or get you in, whatever it may be, these conversations. So I'd rather get there, and it's gonna sting and it's gonna hurt, but I can say I'm a Super Bowl appearing quarterback. Sure, it might even get you a job, honestly, what we do, Super Bowl appearing quarterback.
I don't know if you want to have, like, in LeBron's case, it wasn't 1 like Jerry West. Jerry West 1-8 in finals.
He's still, to the death, he was bitter, like hurt about that.
Of course, because you got there a lot of times. And the
same team kept crushing
and the year he won the MVP, I think the Lakers lost.
They did. He's the only person who has won in a loss.
He played that well, but lost.
Man, you were balling, man.
And in LeBron's case, like 6, when you're looking at it, and you just talked about legacy and whatnot, that hurts him. I don't care what anybody says.
You're saying the losses hurt him.
Yeah, he's lost more than Michael Jordan has won. Michael Jordan was 6-0, he's lost 6.
Yeah.
And so when you look at it and you go, all of his accomplishments, and you add in winning, I bet you if LeBron would have a stronger case if he was 3-0 rather than 4-6. I do.
I don't.
I do.
No,
because he would never have lost.
Right, he'd be. But the argument still. But Jordan was 6-0.
No,
you can't get past the 6-0.
No, but he would never have lost. And then he has the all-time scoring record. Then you can start mounting and say, well, when he got there, he didn't lose. And it could be different because you could also make the case that the NBA now has all these great players. Steph Curry won some championships, right?
Kobe, depending on the year.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's some other, Dirk Nowitzki won one. And you could kind of make a case that it was way more competitive and more guys, you see what I'm saying, that were around then. But to go to that many and lose – but as a fan, it's got to be painful.
Yeah, if I'm telling the LeBron story or whatever, that helps. I know it hurts because if you're going up, if I'm going up against 6-0, I'm going up against 6-0. Whether I'm 4-0 or 4-10, I think for me it just shows kind of like Magic. Magic's 5-4, at least it's like, man, that man went 9 times. It's crazy. In LeBron's case, he went 10 times. Like, that's nuts. So to me, that at least adds, like, dude, not only did he go to finals and win 4, he went 10 times. He went 9 times if he's Magic. So I get your point of you never lost. But to me, if you've gone that many times, that's still crazy. Like, what you literally, for a period of your life, if you go 7, 8 years ago, you almost didn't know anything but being in the finals. Like,
right, but
opening day, tip-off, NBA tip-off, and LeBron put the things that we know, put him in the finals. He may not win it. I don't know. We got to wait and see. Put him in. Like, that's crazy to me.
To me, it's like, though, is another, like, you have more disappointment than you have like feeling euphoric about something. I always talk about Joe Montana and his resume. I know
4-0.
People 4-0, 11 touchdowns, no picks. He won 2 with Jerry Rice, 2 without Jerry Rice. He was the MVP 3 of those 4 Super Bowls, and twice he had to throw a game-winning touchdown, not a field goal, to win the game. Like, when you look at all that in a nutshell, it's hard to, you don't have any negative.
He's in the.
Right? No, any negative, feel for Joe Montana. If you're a Joe Montana, you always feel great, even though it was only 4 times.
Yeah, the only thing that's weird is, not weird, but the luxury that Bill Walsh had to just be like, Joe, man, everything you just mentioned about Joe Montana, that sounds really good. Yeah, give me the other guy, Steve Young. Like, that's crazy to think. You would have your guy's that good in Joe Montana, but you have someone who might even be more naturally talented in Steve Young is crazy. But I get your point, and that's why there's like 2 or 3 quarterbacks. If you say Tom Brady's the GOAT, come on, I ain't arguing with you. If you say Joe Montana's the GOAT, I ain't arguing with you. There's like 2 or 3 guys in every sport to me. Like, again, if somebody said Kareem, I get it. If say Mike, I get it. If you say LeBron, I get it. So there's each sport kind of has a handful of guys to me where, depending on your argument, what you like, or your era, right? You might pick that guy. Joe Montana absolutely has claim to be the greatest quarterback of all time, for sure.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. With the Yankees on the brink of the elimination, here's the question. Would you rather lose in the championship over and over or never get there at all? Like, which one is more painful? Losing over and over, and we just talked about it. We're not talking about one time or whatever. We're talking about if your team keeps going and you don't win. And what
just don't give me the Bill. Don't give me the Buffalo Bill 4 in a row. That's too much heartbreak. That's too much heartbreak.
And that's one of those that you have to think about it. Do you want your team to go to the Super Bowl 4 times and you be euphoric? Wow, we made it 4 years in a row. Or
that's too much.
It would be painful.
That's breaking up relationships.
Steven in Buffalo, great place to start. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Steven?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Bills.
That's right.
Go Bills.
Man, gotta tell you, nothing but pride. 4 Super Bowl losses. We don't feel nothing but pride and joy looking back on the 90s. We love it. Nobody can put us down.
Are you serious? Seriously, like you had Jim
Not
Kelly.
now,
you had
how
all
you
those
feel
great,
now.
Right. At that time, you're telling me you were okay with. It's one thing to go once or twice and you lose and you got like, okay, we got there, we had our chance, but to go 4 straight, because to me, 4 straight losses is dubious.
Man,
you know what
painful.
I mean?
That literally hurts the soul. Or maybe we're wrong. You were there.
Steven?
We want to win, but we don't look at it like it's sad or bringing us down. We love it.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks
so
for
if I
the call.
told you Josh Allen was going to go 4 in a row, you'd be all right? And lose? All
Hey,
right.
4 Super Bowls right now, I'd be losing my mind.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'd be sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate you, Steven.
Dave in Gilbert, Arizona. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dave?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What's going on, Dave?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I grew up in the Bay Area. I was 6 years old in 1981 when the Niners won their first Super Bowl. I was blessed with my childhood, right?
Yep.
I loved it. All right? Last few years are torture. We're riding high November, December, and then here comes Mahomes. But you know what? We get to knock the Cowboys out every year.
That is
so
true.
There is some satisfaction there. You knock the Packers out. So I enjoy myself, but it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting.
I was going to say for the 49ers, like that's how you have to feel now. Like, are we ever going to get there? Like, it's great to go, but at some point you got to punch your ticket.
Would you rather be the Jaguars, though?
Well, you don't
appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean,
Marty in Kentucky. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
What's up, fellas? How you doing? It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I gotta say, I've got two views of this. As a player and getting to a Super Bowl, I would absolutely rather get there than not get there at all, even if I took a loss. As a fan, I would rather just not get there because the losses are agonizing. I was a teenager when Neil O'Donnell threw those 2 picks to Larry
to the
Brown.
Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
He was the MVP. I covered that Super Bowl.
I still see it in my nightmares. And then, when in 2009, when they lost to Green Bay,
yeah,
the start of the game, when Roethlisberger got hit on the arm by the man that Marquise Pouncey should have been blocking, but he was injured, and he threw a pick six to start the game, and then Mendenhall fumbles on the possible game-winning drive. It's just agonizing. I'd rather not been there. As a player, if you're there, everybody's watching. It helps your brand. You can say you went there. I think it's different if you're involved, a coach, a player, or whatnot. Now, how you did, I think also, like when you got these series, if you go and get swept, oh, no, even as a player, I'd rather just not even go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and get swept. Even a gentleman's sweep. No, thank you.
Because it just doesn't feel good. Thanks, Marty. Appreciate
it, brother.
What about Andre in Massachusetts? What's up, Dre?
What's going on? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, I'd rather be in the arena, so to speak, rather than be one of those cold and timid souls looking from the outside. So in this instance, I got to do a little bit of history lesson. Make me Sisyphus. Let me push that rock all the way close to the top of the hill. Let me get close in the championship round, only to have it tumble back down and come back to the bottom, rather than always, being that bridesmaid, but never having the opportunity to be at that level. So, these teams, you know what I'm saying, coming from the tri-state area, I'm pulling for the Yankees. They're getting beaten down right now, but much rather be at that pinnacle level than one of those teams always talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda, but has never been, in the high leverage, big time spot. So that's me. Thanks for taking the call.
Appreciate you, Andre. Andre sounded like he was preaching. The Yankees might need him in the clubhouse. And we got a chance. We can still do it. We can come back. All right, Andre, I hear you out there.
Yeah,
we can ask Pete from that too.
Is the minister swinging a bat? I mean, because if you're not...
Hey,
if
you need some motivation sometimes. You play sports. You know how it is. You need that extra little motivation.
You can talk about that all the time. And here's the thing that I find real quick crazy about sports, because they always tell you about the motivating speech and all this and all that. In every clubhouse, every locker room, somebody's giving a speech and the other team gets beat down. A speech was given in that locker room,
too. It wasn't as good.
No, that ain't it.
Wasn't
you know what I'm saying?
They didn't have the right preacher up in there.
It's the same thing with the bulletin board material.
Or it's like we're praying, like God helped us win.
Bulletin board, right? Same thing.
Like they didn't pray.
God didn't want them to win. God prayed against them.
God ain't like them.
Come on, man.
They weren't praying long enough.
That's what always kills me when people say that. I'm like, come on,
but okay,
man.
all right. Are you trying to tell me that you've never had somebody fire you up? You get in shape. You had a personal trainer.
I'm not saying
You've
that.
had a personal trainer.
Yes.
And that extra little, but you're like, no, I know I can't do this last little set, or whatever, last little push. And then, come on, Rob, one more. You're like, and you get it done.
And then he says, don't forget, it's $100 a session. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, let me get this done.
Look at that.